plenty of great items. And we were expecting to see a lot more blind pick Gragas, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean,
we saw someone pick it blind. Was it Driver?
30 seconds until
Zoranus?
Oh yeah, maybe it was Zoranus. And yeah, it seemed perfectly fine.
Yeah. We're going to see how it does up into the Renekton. It's going to be the grass, so most likely Rod of Ages into tank. Makes a lot of sense.
So cleanse for Chi-Chi and first strike means they are just going to be trying to survive this lane phase up against the Kalista Renata. And then once you get some levels on the Lucian Nami, you're doing okay in this lane, but it really is the first few levels that are borderline unplayable.
Smoj.
Minji not connecting with his Q.
Over will do this on vision, but he'll be completely fine to do so.
Yep. And Steel knows where the action's going to be this game. He's going to be heading to bot side.
Now, I mean, what do you...
It's Halo Blades on Kalista, so almost definitely lethality.
At least this game, Lava's going to have 2 lanes of prio. Last game certainly wasn't the same.
Yeah, Renekton and Talia should be getting prio. It's Grasp on the Gragas, so probably a tankier build.
Yeah.
Usually Roa into tanky items. Yeah, and that Grasp auto plus E from Gragas just is so ridiculous. And I think, was it Ray Farkey we saw go down to Jiang on the Gragas?
Yeah, Jiang just
like,
solo killing him.
Yeah, from like an obscene amount of HP.
He was like 500 HP, and I was like, okay, well, he's going to trade more damage, just killed him.
Yeah, EW just took him out from, 30%.
Yeah, this was like before any items had even been purchased. It was just...
Yeah. We saw Jiang super excited to be able to pick Gragas once he saw the Renekton locked in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably a very favorable matchup. Because it's not the kind of champ he would go for anyway.
Yeah, and then he just went full tank as well. I believe he didn't even have the roll. Maybe he did have the roll. I don't think he did, though.
No, I don't, it was super early on.
No, I mean, like, he didn't build Roa.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he didn't, but anyway, not much to be surprised about here in the bot side. It is just going to be this Kalista champion alongside this Renata champion having priority in lane.
Yeah. At least we're not losing a plate on the first wave crash. So already better. Yeah, already doing better, though. If you're J-Team's bot lane.
Still down a lot of CS.
Yeah, that's to be expected, though. The Lucian doesn't feel nearly as bad if he ends this laning phase down 15, 20 CS. You don't feel good about that, but you're going to make back money with first strike and hopefully be more useful than the Kalista. So it's honestly, in terms of scaling, it's the Renata you're more worried about.
Yeah, hostile takeover can truly take over with its hostility. Zing, bro.
Dive. Sejuani's nowhere near. This Renata's very good
just
diving.
backing. This is perfect timing found from Steel. Nice cleanse. And Steel might be in a world of hurt here. Is going to get that. Bailout comes through, but not ever going to get the reset. So it is a 1-for-1.
Yeah,
it is ultimately, though, Udapon picking up the kill for himself. The first blood over onto Chi-Chi, and Inso will answer back. Not ideal for DFM, but certainly winning out.
Yeah, kind of fumbled the dive, to be honest. Steel walking away with the Renata res on him could have done a lot more damage to the Nami and maybe even got the reset. He probably still goes down after, but it's at least a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Still perfectly happy with that if you're DFM. Massive wave loss for the Lucian under his tower. And the kill going to the Kalista. Does hold on to his flash though, Chi-Chi. Yeah, here he could just be hitting Enso, right? There's no hope of getting away. So they can maybe trade a kill back, but they do get Enso's flash.
Oh, it was Ray Farkey on Aatrox. No, was it Renekton on Aatrox?
I think it was Renekton.
Maybe you're right.
So wave not in a great spot for J-Team's bot lane, and Lava's nowhere near helping them. We'll see if they trade the Dragon for the Void Grubs or make another play onto top. Steel eyeing up mid. Now you got to be careful with these dives if you're DFM, because there is a Talia ulti that can come in. Less worried about dragon stacking this game, honestly. You don't have the timer that you end up against when you're facing the Smolder. I don't know who I really favor in terms of scaling.
I'm not entirely sure either, but it does feel like Kalista's got a pretty hard job ahead of herself in terms of dealing with Renekton, Sejuani, Taliyah, and Steel as being an absolute menace.
Yeah, honestly, most of the time, out of laning phase, it feels like Kalista just becomes the support for Renata.
Yeah.
Steel shouldn't be in too much trouble. Half HP, level 4 Sejuani. It's actually his bot lane has come up to do this camp with him. It's more fun than just watching your wave die. Arya here, though.
Marvel no flash.
Oh.
Flash handshake out of Harp is not going to connect as Enso gets that Arctic Assault off just in the nick of time. But the dive still might be happening here as we're very low health on the Sejuani. Minji still not moving. Does have Weaver's wall, but very, very late to the play. Lover's going to have to stick around. Enso doesn't have heal. There is flash available for the Sejuani, but an immediate kill found. Enso goes down. Weaver's wall comes out, but it's possibly just too little too late as Arya is still taking out that tower, able to get out of there with that Spirit Rush. Down will go one. Udapon very, very low, but he's just going to be able to walk on out of here. And DFM, sizable lead now as they take to the dive, and Minji is the only one remaining.
Yeah, perfectly juggled on the tower aggro there by DFM, and they know Taliyah's coming, so that play has to be very clean, and it was. Another kill to Kalista, 2 kills onto Arya, and Minji gets nothing for rotating down. Lakai not able to make all that much headway in this lane.
Oh.
Yeah, Gold Graph already looking grim. It's a 1.4k gold lead for Udapon over the Lucian.
Yeah, has a Dirk.
Yeah,
Bam
Dirk
Scepter.
into Blade of the Ruin King, looks like.
Kai doing fine for himself up here, but once again, the rest of the map kind of falling apart. Lolva and Minji, they're now invading, maybe even looking for a dive. Rayfaki is pretty low up in this top lane.
Yeah, maybe
no Weaver's
waited.
wall, also not level 6 yet on the Sejuani.
Yeah, waited too long to use his TP, maybe.
Seismic Shove, going to land, stunned up. Lakai's trying to find his way in, is going to be able to. Dominus has popped for good measure, but at least finding something on the map as Lakai will once again claim himself the first kill up in the top side.
Massive window as we're going to see this perfectly executed dive from DFM. Mostly just off of how they juggle the tower aggro here. Harp tanks it up first. And this takes so long that usually when a dive takes this long, it's a sign that it's going to be a disaster. But Harp takes the tower aggro, tanks it for 2 shots, and then drops it, and no one's being hit by the tower anymore. And then Udapon takes 2, doesn't go down. At that entire time, Harp still hadn't used his revive on the Renata. Not sure what happened to Lakai. He's laughing it off, though, at least.
Maybe overstaying a little bit.
Has his Eclipse finish. Probably was
Oh
close.
my Giga Chad.
Oh.
Oh, Harp.
Okay.
All right, disasters across the rift for both teams.
Yeah. Yeah, and second kill now for Enso on the Nami.
Got a
Does
very
take
good
some
Nami
pressure.
performance for himself yesterday.
Yeah, probably inconsequential, but it at least takes pressure off of the 2v2 and allows Chi-Chi to get some farm. He's falling very far behind. See what happens to Lakai. He has his jungler here. He stops the jungler's back and then runs at this Renekton. Oh, nice. Okay.
The fattest champ in league is also the most nimble.
Yeah, Lakai made that pretty difficult for him to get that kill.
Oh, nice bubble.
Oh, it was just a 2v2
Oh, and
dive.
Fate's call coming out, but
Yeah. The revive from Renata coming out a little bit early onto Udapon, I think. And Enso picks up a second kill.
although he's still suffering in this jungle. Want to see, though, this Renekton. I mean, he's got an Eclipse.
Oh, speaking of suffering, what happened to all these mid plates?
Yeah, we thought Taliyah should get prio, as that's what Taliyah has been doing against Ahri. But apparently, not Arya's Ahri.
Yeah, same thing as last game as well. No boots, nothing, just a straight Malignant. Can be scary against Taliyah with no boots, right?
Yeah, for sure. Watch for this handshake. Oh, he predicts the Relentless Pursuit, and all of a sudden your Lucian is not longer for this world.
Yeah, very clean from Harp. No cleanse, no flash. So it was just down to if you could juke out the stun, and this is what happened in the mid lane.
Yeah, Minji just gets sprinted out.
Yeah, and then Harp just runs down the bot and kills Chi-Chi as well.
All right. Lalva manages to get 6 Void Grubs. So we are living on a prayer.
Yeah, that we're ever going to hit a turret.
Well, Renekton is.
Yeah, Renekton is true, and I guess Eclipse into Black Cleaver, he can probably threaten this Gragas.
No, he's going Blade of the Ruin King and flashing on Udapon.
Okay.
Minji in the mid lane. Glacial Prison land. Seismic Shove is too, but the Spirit Rush is going.
Damn.
And Arya, despite the CC layering, the Merc Treads are enough to get him out of there. Okay, now we're going to see how this Eclipse does up against the Sunfire Cape. It doesn't look all that good, but Dominus, of course, is available.
Yeah,
He's getting chunked out. This isn't even close.
Yeah, this is why the Eclipse is surprising. It does not win you this 1v1. Ray Farkey is down a level and still getting the better of that trade. So he does have some designs, I guess, of getting onto Udapon or Arya later into the game. But very risky to play for team fights as Renekton. Not the best team fight champ.
You're not the worst, though. But definitely not as good as Gragas in general.
Chi-Chi has a static Shiv somehow, so doing okay. Ends up just being a serrated Dirk down out of this lane. So he will be able to catch up as long as J-Team can put some decent team fights together. They do have a much better front line. Well, I mean, Sejuani's more useful than Viego, but Lakai's going to have to keep this Gragas out of these fights or find some nice flanks himself.
This Ray Farkey's not going to be much of a threat. He just has the Sunfire Cape.
Yeah.
For now he will be, but as the game progresses, not going to be all that concerned.
Yeah, just a tank Gragas. Mostly going to be concerned with peeling and setting up his team.
All of a sudden, we've been charmed up and we cannot be slowed, so we're sprinting into Arya. Harp, though, he's going to get chunked out. Hostile takeover does connect, but it's only going to connect onto Minji, who flashes away. Nice tidal wave to try and deny this fight as Lalva flashes over, or Blast Cone's over even. But now everyone flashing forward. Harp's not going to connect there with the handshake. Heal was used from Enso, but DFM, they're going to run away, cut their losses and get out of there.
Yeah, Minji lost his flash somewhere in the process, but could have gone a lot worse for J-Team. So you're okay with that. Glacial Prison up now. No ult for Arya.
Yeah, Arya no ult. He's going to get locked up. He doesn't have any way out, and Shutdown comes through. Minji's going to claim that one, and some much-needed gold here for J-Team.
Yeah, well played by Lava. His ult was, he was just standing there waiting for his ult to come up in the lane, and then runs up the lane on ultless, flashless Ahri. Always going to be a kill with the Taliyah to follow up. Chi-Chi is going to try hold on to this tower. Might be a tall order, though. Decides not to.
Fate's Call available here for Udapon. See what Chi-Chi chooses to do. I mean, it's too scary.
Yeah. Too strong at this point. You do have the static Shiv.
40 CS down.
Yeah. And the tower now, so. Lots of plates. Actually, more plates going over to Harp than anyone else. Lava, looking at this Rift Herald, should get it with the Renekton Taliyah.
Yeah, at least every top lane objective has gone to J-Team. They're more in this game than they were last game, seemingly, despite being ahead in kills for the majority of last game.
Yeah, less scaling on their side this game, though.
And they are still down 4K, so definitely a lot of problems.
Yeah, 4K at 14 minutes is a massive deficit.
Not the biggest we've seen today.
Yeah. No, certainly not. Oh, Udapon has bone plating. Guess the way Lucian trades, you're gonna usually get bone plating value, but
yeah,
I mean,
coming out of Chi-Chi, not doing all that much. Gets a little bit of damage down, but pretty inconsequential. And the unfortunate nature of this game is that J-Team are just faced with the fact they have a Lucian who is quite far behind.
Yeah. I mean, he does have his static Shiv, but Minji's also just very far behind.
They're going to get top tower.
Yeah.
So Minji's still finding bits of gold here and there for himself.
Yeah, the saving grace for J-Team is that there's not all that much engaged for DFM again.
Oh, God. Chi-Chi, Enzo, I mean, nice tidal wave, but now Chi-Chi does not have a tower any longer. Body slam does go wide, and maybe with that, somehow we've made it out. Flash forward. That's going to be answered by Ray Farkey. Hostile takeover still very much available. Through comes everything. Lakai's in the middle, though. He's found the stun onto Udapon, who's going to have to flash away. And there's going to be a kill, though, as that Ren comes through. Chi-Chi's going to go down. Steel with reset number 2. He's going to find it. He turns into Lucian. Does use that Heartbreaker to get away from that seismic shove. And as all things said and done, 2 for 0. Lakai, though, doing a lot of damage on the back end. Almost turned it around. Gets out the both sums from Udapon on the Callista, but still DFM coming out ahead.
Yeah, and I honestly thought J-Team would be happy to get away from that fight. It was kind of a miracle they got their bot lane out of the position they were in the first place. But they opted for the fight, and it almost goes a lot better than it did for them. Really nice shove from Minji, just one-taps Heart before Udapon can ult him. Maybe didn't have ult up on the Callista. So, yeah, look at Chi-Chi and Enzo stuck between DFM and Agragas. But yeah, they managed to get out. Ray Farkey missing on Enzo there. And I guess they felt like enough ults had been used, and this shove was so nice by Minji. Lakai almost gets it done onto both the carries on DFM, but Steel picks up the Renekton once he goes down and manages to kill Chi-Chi as well.
Yeah, very close. Rapid Fire Cannon almost completed for Chi-Chi. So it'll be a little easier for him to do damage at that point, but still not going to be easy at all. The Andrews as well, nearly done for Minji on the Talia. So some important item thresholds are coming through. The problem is just DFM is so far ahead.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it doesn't even feel like it's the Lucian. Like, it's the Lucian that's behind and everyone else being behind is what's making this difficult. He's doing okay on items, but generally on Lucian, you want to be applying pressure at this point in the game, right? You want to have your rapid fire now and be chunking out this Callista, Renata. But instead, he's kind of just stuck hiding under his tower.
Minji, he's going to get stunned up here. Does have Seismic Shove still available, is going to connect on it, but there is no Uneven Earth. Oh, but the Unstoppable, nice heart stealer there from Steel. Is going to trade ultimates with the Sejuani, but still a little bit of time now that Steel's going to have to spend away from any pressure. Very much important time for J-Team.
Yeah, nice buffer gets Steel out of maybe a sticky situation in the mid lane, and DFM, again, their comp can't really siege at all, so they have to just play off Dragons and Barons.
Yeah. Boundary's completed. And it looks like Sundered Sky going to be the item for Lakai here, second, so even more single target damage. With a little bit of mixed in. A little bit of mixed in survivability, but not all that much. Lakai, is he going to look for something on Arya? It does feel like there's no way that ever works.
Yeah, with no one on his team anywhere near him, just risky to look for it. As, you know, there's bound to be someone from DFM just hanging about. And it's an Ahri anyway, so...
Oh.
Kind of have to kill her in one hit.
Yeah, and she has Merc Treads. Now, here come all the boys.
Charm.
We've used mid. Lakai going to have to slice and dice out of there. Nice bubble connects, and it's Udapon who's very, very low. Lava coming around the back. Doesn't have Glacial Prison just yet, but maybe he can tank up. Look for a Permafrost. In comes everyone, though. 5 members of both teams now up in this top side. Kai, he gets the teleport back. There's no real teleport ward for him to look for a flank, but Glacial Prison very close to coming out. Udapon has Cleanse, though. Yeah,
J-Team just a little slow to that play. Enso lands a Tidal Wave into a bubble onto Udapon there, but there's just no one from J-Team to follow up.
GG trying to clear out these minions, and will just be able to do so.
Yeah, Static Shiv. Very nice on the Lucian.
Oh, Ray Farkey's got a bit of a garage sale of items.
Yeah, I don't think that builds into anything, right?
No, it doesn't. He's just got the Warden's Mail for the denied damage, and I believe he'll be going for the Spirit Visage or the Abyssal Mask now.
Yeah, both pretty good items on Gragas, actually.
Yeah.
Definitely not having the same struggles Renekton is. And DFM just hitting this Baron.
Yeah, they have a Callista, and it seems like It is going to be forced off due to the blue trinket. Probably from Chi-Chi, I imagine.
Yeah, looks like it. You can always be pressuring the Baron with a Kalista on your team. Just means your threshold for burning the Baron rather than turning is so much higher. And, I mean, Viego doesn't have the highest... You know, if it was like a Kraken Slayer Viego, they'd have a lot more pressure onto the Baron. Ahri not that great at killing Baron either. So probably not going to be their win condition this game, just keeping the pressure on J-Team.
Yeah, one singular fight around Dragon and they could just near on end the game.
Yeah.
And they are in the position to be able to maybe pull it off. Terminus going to be finished now as well for Udapon as he's looking to put game number 2, or game number 3 even on his back after a fantastic game number 2.
And I wonder if he's going for a QSS or a Wit's End with his null magic.
In theory, it also could be a, what do you call it? More just for the Taliyah, but I don't know that you'd want it just for Taliyah. Maybe. Minji is pretty strong.
So J-Team just group in mid. Chi-Chi takes a chunk.
Yeah, Chi-Chi just walks into an Orb of Deception for fun. Minji definitely finding little bits of poke here on the side, but...
Yeah, and you can get away with this because DFM's comp has 0 engage. So DFM need to make sure they're on top of the objective first and having J-Team walk into them, or these objectives can get very awkward for them. They will do that, though. And Ahri is going to look for a TP back.
They're going to teleport into that mid lane. J-Team have to be aware and have to be careful. Ahri not always wanting to be on a flank, but certainly can operate from one. Lakai, though, he's come down the bottom side. He's going to find his way onto Udapon almost certainly here. Dragon's going to be taken out. Domina's popped. Udapon's going back to the team fight. Hostile takeover. It's fucking huge. Lalva's getting so low, but he's going to be able to survive. Lakai now that's focus. Is it going to survive? It is Lalva again, and a nice scattered earth, but they're not going to be able to find the kills. It's all going to be Udapon. 2 kills, the Dragon. They run away from the Soul, and now attention should be all for them around the Baron as DFM look to convert the reverse sweep.
Yeah, it looks like Minji had almost turned that fight around, but DFM just give them nothing in that fight. Get the Dragon as well. The flank from Lakai amounts to not all that much against the Kalista. Yeah, Minji doing so much damage in that fight. Lakai not getting onto anyone on the Renekton. It is risky playing for team fights on this champion.
Yeah, I mean, if he had a more tanky build, perhaps, but he got Eclipse, he's got a Steeraxe. Not even the Sundered Sky that I had thought. Very unique build.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's so hard. Ahri, Kalista, like here he's just staring at the Kalista and there's not all that much to do. Nice charm from Arya, blows Lucian's Cleanse here. And Lakai just ends up having to flash away. That's never good for your flanker to actually be just running away. And Minji almost turns this fight around, but they're just 2 behind. And actually a very nice Grag Assault from Ray Farkey. Didn't notice that in the fight.
From bad to worse now. 6-0, it is the Wit's End. Completed now for Udapon.
Yeah.
Lakai no flash, not really any hope on getting onto this Kalista, at least reliably. And honestly, Ray Farkey just impossible to kill.
Yeah, looking completely unkillable this game. Rookern as well.
Yeah, it was the Rookern.
We'll see if DFM siege here. They don't have the greatest siege again.
Minji teleporting in. Might be time that J-Team just send it. Nice stun up on Harp, but with that Celestial is going to be able to tank up quite a bit of that damage.
Yeah, no TP on Arya.
Yeah, we're going. We're going to land everything here onto Udapon and shut down. Minji finds it. Now Ray Farkey's going to be the focus. He is pretty tanky onto this Gragas, but he is 1v4. Does manage to flash away. Body slam on out, and now it's a 4v5. Udapon, that 6-0 now, 6-1 member, that 80 carry. He's no longer with you, and do you feel strong enough as DFM to continue? It doesn't look like Lakai thinks they should be as he's slicing and dicing in. Heartstealer, though, he's going to get a reset. He's not going to claim the Nami, but he does claim the Nami's life. He now turns into that Nami, as I said, and Arya is going to confirm the next kill. That's another reset. It may have been 4v5, but Minji is so strong and did not attend. So now it's all of a sudden a 4v3 in favor of DFM. inhibitor tower now going to be getting taken out in a rapid way. Lakai even, he's trying to defend. Maybe they've managed to hold on to it, but not before. It's pretty much just one auto away from going down.
Yeah, DFM would rather play around this next dragon than commit too much onto that inhib. And what starts as a really nice pick from J-Team on Udapon, overextended in the bot lane. Punishing kind of a habit, it seems like, of DFM of trying to siege when they don't really have the comp for it, especially down numbers there. They get punished, but then J-Team look for more in a 4v5. Understandable, but I think they were just down too many ults at that point. Ray Farkey going to take care of this, hopefully. Nope, all right. Let it live. Well played. You live this time, Red Buff. No, they're just leaving it for the dragon. Actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be still up by the time dragon spawns, but still, that certainly wasn't the intention.
No, I don't
failed
think
the
so.
rend.
Unless he had a revelation halfway through killing it.
AD carries never. They just want to see the red circle below them.
Yeah, and the gold.
True. Actually, yeah. The +4 on your CS total.
Yeah.
Somehow, by the way, Chi-Chi's just clawed back the CS quietly.
Yeah,
he
and
was
he's even
40
levels.
down.
And he's even levels. I think it's been at the cost of Minji's CS, although he hasn't fallen all that far behind. Biggest disparities in the jungle. Lava, 3 levels down.
Yeah, good thing we have Sejuani.
Yeah, you do want to be Sejuani over pretty much anything else if you're going to be this far behind.
Yeah.
Maybe Maokai. But even Maokai is going to go down very quickly versus a Sedge. Speaking of going down quickly, Ray Farkey will not be.
Wow, that culling.
First strike. We get some first strike gold there.
I think we needed to go LDR here, Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not who we want. We're going to find that. Actually, maybe it is. Minji's doing a hell of a lot of damage. Hostile takeover, though, connects onto Enso, and your Nami all of a sudden is no longer be part of this team fight. Lakai's on a flank, but Arya is in the middle of 3 people, and he's winning that battle. He finds 2. Now Lakai once again is going to join the back, but not even able to find anything and just limp away slowly. This is the Dragon Soul now.
Oh, what a dirty fight from Arya. He finds himself in the middle of 3 people, as you said, and just outplays it completely. Nice flash to dodge out on some CC. I think it was the Talia. And yeah, hostile takeover ends up picking off Enso, and they just fall apart after.
Oh my god, Lava. Oh, I thought he snuck his way in to look for a steal.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of vision.
Yeah, and there's no smite. He actually would have got that if he went for it.
Yeah, he had to know how much HP it was
on.
No,
he had to believe in himself.
Yeah.
That's what he had to do.
And yeah, I'm amazed they went for an engage onto the Gragas after they saw how much damage their Lucian had just done with his ultimate to the Gragas.
Oh, he had a revelation. He boiled a Last Whisper.
So, yeah, they actually Sejuani ult. The Gragas here, he's never going down. And hostile takeover makes Enso look a bit silly here, just running into 4 people. And Arya just goes ridiculous in this fight. His flash was very nice out of the Talia combo too. Yeah, just single-handedly ends that fight.
Yeah, what a performance from Arya in these last 2 games.
Yeah, I don't think he had the Mage Eyes, but after that fight has the confidence to go pick one up.
All right, there's the Lost Con. We've bought the book.
Yeah, in this game it does feel like a more risky Mage Eyes than the Mage Eyes we saw earlier today.
Yeah, on a 19-2 Ari.
Yeah, but when he's playing so clean, you can't blame him.
Playing, yeah. And it's not like there's a lot of lockdown for him. He's got to almost be trying to get hit by some of it.
Yeah. Have to be careful around the Talia.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's been maneuvering well enough in these fights that, you know, in a front to back, the Talia's a lot more annoying to deal with than if you're finding all sorts of angles to approach the fight from.
Now, DFM, they have the Infernal Soul, of course. They are going to start hitting this Baron. Teleport coming through from Lakai. Not looking for a flank this time. It hasn't been working out at all. Lava going on forward, and they're trying to find Arya. They will. Enso with fast fingers going to be able to get himself away from that charm. Lakai, though, he's being focused down. He gets the Dominus off, and at least he's staying alive for a little bit. He's going to find his way onto Arya, and Arya's now stuck with the Croc, and Arya's dead to the Croc. Lakai will be going down as well, just about, and now the damage back to Ray Farkey. But J-Team with a huge win, coming out 1 for 1 in what seemed like a doomed battle.
Yeah, we're going to learn a lot about Arya here if he sells this Mage Eyes in shame now or decides to just keep it. the moment he bought it, he instantly goes down. Lakai, yeah, a demon in that fight. He had 2 people on him the entire fight. Outplays Arya and Steel. Manages to get a kill. Meanwhile, though, I think what we weren't noticing was Ray Farkey just tanking 3 people that entire fight.
Yeah.
Just not really in that much danger of dying. This Gragas is a menace.
All right.
And 2 stacks on your Mage Eyes.
What is bro doing?
Yeah.
Oh, Lalva. Oh, God. All right, there's a last going. We're good.
Oh,
uh-oh.
There's no damage here to kill him,
yeah,
though.
no, there's not. But what is bro doing?
Yeah, just cooking up. If you can get into like a sneaky spot as a jungler, maybe you can steal it.
Yeah, fair. Okay, well,
otherwise, Gragas.
We're going to be baiting the Baron yet again. Lalva, is he going to be wise to the ordeal that everyone is sitting in this one bush? Minji's going to help him find out. And the body slam does go wide, and so Lalva will stay alive, but Steel's found him. Lakai kept flash, by the way. Killed Arya, didn't have to use his flash.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very impressive fight from him. Lava flash coming up soon. Same with Chi-Chi's flash. Udapon not going to have flash for this next fight. Does have cleanse.
And Chi-Chi does manage to get himself the LDR now, so we'll be doing a little bit more damage to Ray Farkey. And you saw before he was just doing none, so certainly what does help now that your AD carry can somewhat shred through that Gragas' health bar.
Yeah, you got the Crypt Bloom on Minji as well, but I think just by the time they've killed this Gragas, the rest of these members on DFM are going to have wreaked havoc.
Yeah. 4 items, Udapon.
I don't think Lakai can just tank up as long or have as much impact. I mean, he has in that most recent fight. We'll see if he can do it again. He kind of has to pull miracles out.
Certainly. As I mean, mid lane prio pretty much always going to be pretty good for DFM here, just with the nature of an 8-1 Kalista being your AD carry.
Yeah, has GA now on the Kalista.
And they're going to hit this Baron. It is on a ward, so J-Team are going to be very well aware of what is going on. Ray Farkey, he's trying to guard. Lalva's going to go in first. Lakai's also there. Handshake's going to connect. Lakai, he has so much of his team's power in these fights. Baron now down to half HP. And you said it before, the threshold on this is not as high as it usually is because you do have this Kalista. Baron is so low. This is not a 50-50. But if somehow Lalva gets it, he won't. But they do manage to find Harp. Udapon's half HP. Lakai, he has flash available. He's got the dominance popped. Lalva tanking up a whole hell of a lot of damage. And through comes that tidal wave. Arya's going to have to pop the Spirit Rush. And he does. Nice stun there from that Permafrost as J-Team are trying to carry on forward. They're not going to be able to. Nice charm there from Arya, but no more follow-up. Lalva getting chunked pretty high. But it is the Baron going over to DFM.
Yeah, they only lose their support for it, and they probably shouldn't have even lost him. Udapon kind of caught slacking again with his Kalista ult. So, still pretty DFM favored. You're glad to get a kill if you're J-Team, especially with the Herald up. It's a kill on the support, so they're not going to have any vision around this Elder Dragon. So that is a small advantage for J-Team there, but I mean, you kind of saw it in that fight. As their DFM are walking away, J-Team want to force the 4v5, but there's just this full HP Gragas between them and the carries. And you just can't get through them. You cannot walk past this champion, and you can't really kill it.
Teleport coming through. Lakai, he will still have that flash available. He's extremely menacing as the Elder Dragon does spawn, and J-Team, they are behind, but if they get an Elder Dragon, all of a sudden, you feel pretty good about them in this team fight. Lakai trying to find something on the flank, but Arya is just waiting in that bush. Nice slice and dice, gets away from the Charm Weaver's wall coming out. Harp is going to be separated from the rest of his team, and in fact, Ray Farkey going to dash over. Even Steel going to have to use his ultimate to get out of this Dragon Pit. Dragon's at half HP. There's not a whole lot of Ren stacks on it. Flash forward though, and Chi-Chi has done something egregious. Hostile takeover has come out, and now it's all up to Lalva. Can he find the smite? It doesn't seem like he'll be able to, but Minji's found a lot of damage onto Arya. Lakai on the other end of the fight. Ray Farkey's going to find a massive body slam. Steel gets a reset. Arya's going to have the damage. Elder Dragon's going to be found. I don't know what Chi-Chi was doing, but check him, PC, as DFM are going to take game number 2, take the series, and move on to our advancement match.
Yeah, the moment Chi-Chi starts channeling his ult, he gets flashed on by both Arya and Ray Farkey. They're instantly killed, and then the fight is doomed from there. It was a decent start to that fight. Minji traded his Talia ult for 2 ults, I want to say, out of the side of DFM, which is kind of all you can hope for, really, but they're already so far behind at that point. Their ADC goes down instantly at the beginning of the fight, and